Hello students, welcome to our online platform. Myself Engineer PP sir, your physics mentor. Students, today we are going to talk about optical instruments. Optical instrument, what are optical instruments and how different optical instruments are used for image formation of particular objects. So in optical instruments, first optical instruments that is going to be discussed is human eye. So human eye is also an optical instrument which is used to make images of different objects. So let us talk about optical instruments. Now human eye. So first of all, let us have a look on different parts of human eye. Then we will discuss about how image is formed and then different eye defects. So let us talk about, this is a rough sketch of a human eye. In this sketch we can clearly see that this is the lens. Lens in human eye is of convex nature. It means it is of converging nature. So this is lens. This front part of human eye is known as cornea. This front part is known as cornea. If we talk about the part just near this lens, so these are known as ciliary muscles. These ciliary muscles are used to hold the eye lens. Then here in front of this lens, a liquid is filled which is known as aqueous humor. So this liquid is known as aqueous humor. Now this liquid which is behind the eye lens and in front of retina, this lens is known as liquid is known as vitreous humor. So this is the vitreous humor. Now see this back part, this portion is known as retina. This portion is complete known as retina. Here 2 points are given. One is known as yellow point and another one is blind spot. So this is known as blind spot, and these are optical nerves. So these optic nerves are connected to human brain. These carries the signals to our brain. So this is the rough sketch of human eye. Now let us have a look on each and every part. Eye lens. So eye lens, as I told you earlier, that it behaves like a convex lens and its refractive index is around 1.437. So refractive index of convex lens in human eye is of refractive index 1.437. Then retina. So real and inverted images of an object. So whenever we see images of an object, then these images are real and inverted, and these images are formed at retina, are obtained at retina. Brain sends it and erects. So convex lens is used. Convex lens generally makes images which are real and inverted in nature. Then brain sends these images and brain erect these images. Yellow spot. So it is the most sensitive part. The image formed at the yellow spot is the brightest. So it is the most sensitive part of human eye. Whenever light incident on this part, then next part is blind spot. So blind spot, optic nerves goes to brain through blind spot. It is not sensitive for light. So whenever light incidents on this blind spot, then there is no image is formed. It means there we got a blind spot. Ciliary muscles. So eye lens is fixed between these muscles. So as I told you earlier, that ciliary muscles are basically used to hold the eye lens. It's both radius of curvature, applying pressure on it through ciliary muscles. So that's the general concept of ciliary muscles. Now power of accommodation. So power of accommodation is basically the ability of eye to see near objects as well as far objects. So eye has the ability to see closer objects as well as distant objects. So this ability of any eye is known as power of accommodation. When we look distant objects, the eye is relaxed and its focal length is largest. So whenever we see distant objects, then our eyes are relaxed and focal length of eye lens becomes largest. Range of vision. So for healthy eye, this range is 25 centimeter to infinity. It means minimum distance of an object up to which its clear image can be seen is known as its near point, and far point, the farthest distance up to which an healthy human eye can see any distant object, is known as far point. So this far point is generally taken at infinity, and this near point is taken at 25 centimeter. So range of vision is from 25 centimeter to infinite. A normal eye can see the objects clearly only if they are at a distance greater than 25 centimeter. So if any object is placed at least at 25 centimeter or at larger distance, then its image can only seen be cleared. This distance is called as least distance of distinct vision. So it is known as least distance of distinct vision. It is denoted by capital D. So capital D is least distance of distinct vision, means it is the minimum distance up to which an object can be seen clearly and distinctly by an human eye. Now see persistence of vision. So if we talk about persistence of vision, then this is 1 upon 10 seconds. So persistence of vision means whenever we see any object and we remove our eyesight from that object, then for 1 upon 10 second time interval our eyes has the same object in front of it. It means if time interval between two consecutive light pulses is less than 0.1 second, then I cannot distinguish them separately. It means minimum separation. Whenever we see or we change the object in front of our eyes, then it takes minimum 0.1 second to switch from one object to another object. If this time is less than 0.1 second, then our eyes cannot distinguish or cannot differentiate those different objects. So this distance, this time interval is known as persistence of vision. Means for this time interval, previous vision is keep persisting until our new object comes. Binocular vision. So the seeing with two eyes is called binocular vision. Seeing from two eyes is called binocular vision. Then resolving limit. The minimum angular displacement between two objects so that they can be resolved is called resolving limit. So minimum angular displacement between two objects so that they can be resolved is known as resolving limit, and for human eye this resolving limit is 1 arc minute. This is 1 arc minute, or you can say 1 upon 60 degree, 1 upon 60 degree or 1 arc minute. Now let us talk about eye diseases, defects in eye. Defects in eye. So here I have taken a comparison between myopia and hypermetropia. Myopia and hypermetropia. Myopia is simply known as short-sightedness. It is known as short-sightedness. So distant objects are not seen clearly, but nearer objects are clearly visible. So it is in myopia we can clearly see nearer objects, but we cannot see farther objects clearly. So such type of eye disease is known as myopia, or we can say short-sightedness or nearsightedness. Similarly, hypermetropia. So any eye which is defected from hypermetropia, it suffers that we cannot see nearer objects clearly, but we can see farther objects at clear vision. It means distant objects are seen clearly, but nearer objects cannot be seen clearly. So this type of eye disease is known as hypermetropia, or we can say long-sightedness. Similarly, image formed before the retina. So in myopia what happens, that image is not formed at retina. If image is formed at retina, then we can say that human eye is healthy, means it is 6/6, means healthy human eye. But if light rays converges just before the retina, so this is the retina, so human eye cannot make its image at retina. If it's converged just before the retina, then such type of eye disease is known as myopia. While in case of hypermetropia, light rays intersect at a point just before the retina, so just after the retina. So this is the meeting point of these light rays, hence they intersect at that point and they form image here after the retina. So what is the correction? So in this case, far point comes closer. In case of myopia, far point comes closer, and here near point moves away. Near point moves away. It moves away from the retina, and here it comes before the retina. So reason is what? Focal length of radii of curvature of lens reduced or power of lens increases. So here f decreases or power increases. In that situation this myopia occurs. And in case of hypermetropia, focal length or radius of curvature increases or power of lens decreases. So here power decreases, hence focal length increases, hence they emerge or they meet at a point after the retina, and here focal length decreases, hence power increases, which causes intersection, or we can say that lights are coincided at a point just before the retina. So this is the particular reason. Distance between eye lens and retina increases. So in this situation, distance between eye lens and this retina increases, hence light coincides at an earlier point, and here distance between eye lens and retina decreases, hence image is formed after the retina. Removal. How can myopia and hypermetropia be removed? So here in myopia we know that we cannot see farther objects clearly, so we required a lens which can diverge the light to retina, hence we use concave lens as its removal. So by using a concave lens of suitable focal length, we can remove this eye disease myopia, while in case of hypermetropia we can clearly see that image is formed after the retina. It means we require such a lens which can convert this light ray near the retina or just before that point. So it can be done by using a converging lens. It means we will use convex lens to correct the hypermetropia disease. Then next is focal length. So in case of myopia, a person can see up to distance x and wants to see infinite. So focal length of lens used f is equal to minus x, or you can say minus of defected far point. So we can clearly see that concave lens is used to correct myopia, hence we require a lens of negative focal length, and here its focal length is decided by up to which that person can see a distance. So that distance is x, then focal length will be minus x. Similarly, in case of metropia, hypermetropia, person cannot see before distance. So here we cannot see nearer objects. So that particular distance is, let us say, d, and here convex lens is used. So focal length of that lens used to correct the hypermetropia is of focal length f is equal to small d capital D upon d minus capital D. So capital D is least distance of distinct vision. Least distance of distinct vision. So this is the general concept. A person can see up to distance x in case of myopia and wants to see distance y. So y is greater than x. In that situation we will use a lens of focal length xy upon x minus y. So this is the general classification of myopia and metropia and how they can be removed from any diseased eye. Similarly, we will talk about two type of eye defects also. One is presbyopia and another one is astigmatism. So in case of presbyopia, in this defect both near and far objects are not clearly visible. So any eye which is suffered from presbyopia cannot see near objects as well as far objects clearly. It is an old age disease. So this disease occurs with the age. As we get older, then ciliary muscles lose the control of eye lens. That's why near as well as far objects cannot be seen clearly. So due to losing power of accommodation, it means there is these ciliary muscles become loose with the age, hence power of accommodation changes, and which causes unclear visible of near and far objects. It can be removed by using bifocal lens. So it can be removed by using a bifocal lens. It means we will use in a single lens concave and convex both. So this is the nature. We will use concave and convex both. Convex lens is fitted at bottom and concave lens is fitted at top, because convex lens is basically used to correct hypermetropia. Hence, in this case, near objects cannot be seen clearly. So convex lens used to make clear images of nearer objects, and concave lens is used to make clearer images of farther objects. Hence why concave is fitted just above the convex lens. Then astigmatism. So in this eye defect, horizontal and vertical lines are not clearly visible at the same time. It means vertical and horizontal lines cannot be seen simultaneously. It's due to imperfect spherical nature of eye lens. So it is due to imperfect spherical nature of eye lens, due to improper shape of eye lens, this eye defect occurs. So this defect can be removed by using a cylindrical lens. So this cylindrical lens is generally known as toric lens. It is known as toric lens. So astigmatism is basically can be corrected by using a cylindrical lens, as there is improper shape of spherical lens. So these are eye defects of a human eye. Now our next optical instrument is microscope. So there are three type of optical instruments. Rather, we will study here four type of optical instruments: human eye, microscope, telescope, and binocular. So next is microscope. So microscope is an optical instrument which is used to see clear and enlarged images of nearer objects. So it is an optical instrument used to see very small objects. Its magnifying power is given by m. So it is visual angle with instrument divided by visual angles when object is at least distance of distinct vision. So it is beta upon alpha. Here these angles are very small, so generally this relation can be obtained by using the relation tan beta upon tan alpha, but angle alpha and beta are small, so we can say that they are almost equal to beta upon alpha. So this is known as magnifying power. So visual angle with instrument divided by visual angle formed at least distance of distinct vision. Now see, microscope can be classified into two parts. One is simple microscope and another one is complex microscope. In case of complex microscope is also known as compound microscope. In case of simple microscope, we simply study that simple microscope consists only a single convex lens. It consists a single convex lens. It is also known as magnifying glass. So it is a single convex lens of lesser focal length, also called as magnifying glass or reading glass. Generally you have seen this magnifying glass with palm readers. Palm readers generally used to read the palms. So this is that simple microscope. Magnifications, when final image is formed at d and infinity, that is md and m infinity. So here let us see, we are given a schematic. So just have a look. This is a simple convex lens of lesser focal length. An object is placed just between focus and optical center. Then when object is placed between focus and optical center, then its image is formed towards the object and it is virtual, erect and enlarged. So keep in mind, in case of simple microscope, object is placed nearby. Nearby means generally we place this object between focus and optical center, and its image will be formed towards the object itself. It will be enlarged, virtual and erect. So virtual and enlarged image is formed of this object. So we can clearly see from here. If we talk about, let us say that an observer is having its eye at this place and it is observing angle alpha and angle beta, means visual angle with the image and visual angle with the object when it is at least distance of distinct vision. So here V image distance is at capital D to infinity. It lies between capital D to infinity. So when it is D, so we are talking about magnification for D. When image is formed at least distance of distinct vision, then in that case it is maximum 1 plus D upon F. And when image is formed at infinity, it means object is placed at focus. In that situation, magnification is minimum and it is D upon F. So keep in mind, when object is placed at focus, or we can say when image is formed at infinity, then magnification will be minimum, and when image is formed at least distance of distinct vision, then magnification will be maximum. So you can clearly see here 1 is added. So m maximum minus m minimum is always equal to 1. So always keep in mind that maximum magnification minus minimum magnification is always equal to 1. Then if lens is kept at a distance a from the eye, then it is 1 plus d minus a upon f. So simply our formula was 1 plus d upon f. So is a is the distance of lens from eye, then it will be subtracted from least distance of distinct vision. So it is 1 plus d minus a upon f, and m infinity is d minus a upon f. So be clear, here MD means when final image is formed at least distance of distinct vision, and M infinity means when final image is formed at infinity. Then so this is all about the simple microscope. So basically we have seen in simple microscope that there is a single convex lens is used. It is also known as a magnifying glass or reading glass. Here in case of a simple microscope, image is virtual, erect and enlarged. Object is placed between focus and optical center. So this is the general concept. Another factor which you have to keep in mind for either microscope, which is that magnification is maximum when image is formed at virtual capital D, least distance of distinct vision, and magnification is minimum when image is formed at infinity. Then let us talk about compound microscope. So in case of compound microscope, we use two lenses. One lens which is placed nearby the object is known as objective lens. So this lens is known as objective. Another lens which is placed nearby the observer is known as eyepiece. Let us say now here is the eye of observer. So this lens is known as eyepiece. So here in compound microscope, two lenses are used. One is objective lens and another one is eyepiece lens. Objective lens is placed nearby the object and eyepiece is kept nearby the eye of observer. Now you can clearly see from this ray diagram that objective lens is taken of small aperture and small focal length, while this eyepiece is of large focal length and large aperture. It is because object is placed closely, or object is placed at a near pi point. Hence when light comes from this smaller or tiny objects, then we require a lens of small aperture so that it can collect the complete light from this small object, and we use a lens of large aperture or focal length so that we can get its brighter image. So this is the general concept of objective lens and eyepiece. So it consists of two converging lenses called objective and eye lens. Focal length of eye lens is greater than objective. So we can clearly see from here, and diameter of eye lens is also greater than diameter of objective. So it can also be seen from here. Diameter means aperture. Final image is magnified, virtual and inverted. So we can clearly see that this AB is our object. So its first image is formed by objective, which is A dash B dash. So A dash B dash is real, inverted and enlarged image which is formed from objective lens. Now this A dash B dash acts as virtual object. It acts as virtual object for eyepiece, and its image is formed. Let us say this image is B double dash A double dash. So this is the final image. This is the final image. So if we talk about this image with respect to eyepiece, then this image is virtual, erect and enlarged. But if we talk about this image with respect to our main object, then this image is real, inverted and enlarged. So it is magnified, virtual and inverted. So virtual and inverted, virtual with respect to eyepiece, inverted with respect to main object. So here u naught, distance of object. So if we talk about u naught, then u naught, O means objective. So u naught is distance of object from the objective lens. V naught is image, V naught is distance of image formed by objective lens. UE is distance of object from eyepiece, and V is distance of image from eyepiece. So again we can clearly see in case of microscope, image can be formed between D and infinity, means image can be formed anywhere between least distance of distinct vision. Again magnification will be maximum if image is formed at least distance of distinct vision, and magnification will be minimum its final image is formed at infinity. So this is the general concept in case of microscope. So these are the general concepts which we have discussed. Now let us talk about formula for magnification in case of compound microscope. So here MD is magnification of compound microscope when final image is formed at least distance of distinct vision. In that situation it is minus VO upon UO 1 plus D upon FE. So minus VO upon UO into 1 plus D upon FE. This is the general formula which you have to keep in mind. If we talk about M infinity, then in case of M infinity simply subtract this one, because M maximum, keep in mind, M maximum minus M minimum is equal to 1. Separation of maximum, or you can say difference of maximum magnifying power and minimum magnifying power is always equal to 1. So if it is 1 plus D upon Fe, then at M and infinity it will be D upon Fe. So minus VO upon UO into D upon Fe is the magnifying power when final image is formed at infinity. Length of the tube. So length of the tube is generally taken separation between the objective lens and eye lens. So length is taken as separation between objective lens and eye lens. So we can clearly see from here that it is VO plus UE. We can clearly see it from its ray diagram. Then it is VO plus UE. So this is the length. This is the length of microscope, and this length is equal to VO plus UE. So we can clearly see that length of tube is VO plus UE. VO plus UE. Now we can calculate it in different terms. Simply you have to keep in mind this general relation. When final image is formed at infinity, it means object was at focus of eyepiece. It means UE now becomes equal to FE, and in this situation this relation will be VO plus FE. So VO is distance of image formed by objective plus FE means focal length of eye lens. Do not use sign convention while solving the problem. So here we do not require to use sign convention. It is already used in these relations. For maximum magnification, both FO and FE must be less. So for maximum magnification, focal length of objective and eyepiece must be less. If we talk about total magnification, of compound microscope, then here we are using two lenses, and we know that when two lenses are used and we have to find magnification of image formed by these two lenses, then it is as M1 into M2. So here M1 is magnification of objective and M2 is magnification of eye lens. So magnification of objective multiplied by magnification of eye lens is equal to total magnifying power or total magnification. If objective and eye lens are interchanged, then practically there is no change in magnification. We can clearly see. So if objective and eye lens are interchanged, then there is no change in magnification. Now see resolving limit and resolving power of a microscope. So generally questions in your NEET and JEE are asked from this topic, resolving limit and resolving power. So in reference to a microscope, the minimum distance between two objects, or two lines at which they are just distinct. So it means if we want to see a distinct image of two objects which are closely placed, then minimum distance between them is known as resolving limit. So minimum distance is known as resolving limit, and its reciprocal is known as resolving power. Its reciprocal is known as resolving power. It means higher the resolving limit, lower the resolving power. So resolving limit in case of microscope is lambda upon 2 mu sine theta. So we can clearly see this is the objective, this is the object. So this is the angle theta made. This is the angle theta made. So we can say that resolving limit is lambda upon 2 mu sine theta, and resolving power is 2 mu sine theta upon lambda. It is reciprocal of it. It means resolving power is inversely proportional to lambda. So lambda is wavelength of light. Lambda is wavelength of light. So lambda is wavelength of light used to illuminate the object. Mu is refractive index of medium between object and objective. So it is the medium between object and objective. So you have to simply keep in mind the formula that resolving limit is lambda upon 2 mu sine theta. It means resolving limit is directly proportional to lambda, and resolving power is reciprocal of lambda. Theta is half angle of the cone of light from the upper object of the point object, and mu sine theta is generally known as numerical aperture. Mu sine theta term which is used here is known as numerical aperture, and mu is the medium between object and objective, and theta is half angle between half angle of the cone of light from a point object. Electron microscope. Now let us talk about electron microscope. Electron beam of almost wavelength 1 angstrom is used in it, so its resolving power is almost 5000 times more than that of ordinary microscope, in which we will use light of wavelength 5000 angstrom. So in electron microscope, what we use light of almost 1 angstrom wavelength, which increases its resolving power up to 5000 times. So this is all about microscope. Now let us talk about telescope. So telescope is basically used to see clear and distinct images of farther objects. It means by telescope distant objects or farther objects are seen with the help of this optical instrument. Again, telescopes are also classified into different parts. Generally we talk about two type of telescope. One is of reflecting type telescope, and another one is of refracting type. Reflecting and refracting. So here first of all we are talking about refracting type telescope, and refracting type telescope, our example is astronomical telescope. So astronomical telescope is refracting type telescope. So this is the general concept. Again, in a refracting telescope or in an astronomical telescope, we use two lenses. One is placed near the object, which is known as objective lens, and another one is placed near the observer's eye, which is known as eye lens. So this is the general concept of its arrangement. Here we can clearly see from this ray diagram that objective lens is used to collect the light coming from distant objects. Hence we have to use a objective lens of large focal length and large aperture, so that it can collect whole light coming from the distant object. And then we use an eyepiece of small aperture and small focal length than objective, so that it can collect the complete light and can contract the light rays and can form its bright image. So this is the general concept. Now astronomical telescope is basically used to study the distant objects like stars, moon, these distant objects. So generally we consider that our object is considered to be placed at infinity. So generally UO is taken as infinity. and final image formed lies between d to infinity. Least distance of distinct vision to infinity. Sorry students. Then let us have a look. Used to see heavenly bodies. So heavenly bodies, or we can say distant objects. We can clearly see that focal length and aperture of objective lens are greater than eye lens. Intermediate image is real inverted and small. So you can clearly see A dash B dash is known as intermediate image, and here this B double dash A double dash can be considered as final image, which is enlarged, virtual and erect with respect to eye lens. So final image is virtual, inverted and small. Virtual, inverted and small. Magnification, again we talk about two type of magnification when final image is formed at least distance of distinct vision. So in this situation again magnification is maximum and it is minus FO upon FE. So you can clearly see from here, as I am considering that object is considered to be placed at infinity, then its image will be at focus of this objective. So here it is FO. Let us say this distance is from eyepiece is taken as UE, distance of object from eye lens, and final image is formed at D. So in this situation MD is minus FO upon FE into 1 plus FE upon D. So FO is focal length of objective and FE is focal length of eyepiece. And if we talk about when final image is formed at infinity, then it is minus FO upon FE. In this situation UE becomes equal to FE. So UE becomes equal to FE and final relation is obtained as minus FO upon FE. Now if we talk about length of tube, then in this situation, in general situation we can say that length of tube is FO plus UE. But if we say that when final image is formed at infinity, in that situation this length of tube becomes equal to focal length of object plus focal length of eye lens. So this is the general concept of astronomical telescope. Now see terrestrial telescope. So in terrestrial telescope generally three lenses are used here. Three lenses are used. So used to see far off objects on the earth. Used to see far off the off objects on the earth. It consists of three converging lenses: objective, eye lens and erecting lens. So here an lens which is placed nearby the object is known as objective, which is placed nearby the observer's eye is known as eyepiece, and third lens which is placed in between them is known as erecting lens. So what happens here, whenever light comes from any object which is at distant position, let us say generally again we consider it as infinity, then when light comes from infinity, then its image A dash B dash is formed, which is virtual, which is real, inverted and smaller than object. Now see, this acts as virtual object for this erecting lens. So why it is known as erecting lens? Because it erects this image. This image can be erected by using this lens. So we can clearly see now image has been erected and it is A double dash B double dash. So this image A double dash B double dash again acts as an object for this eyepiece, and its image, final image PQ is formed, which is enlarged. And again if we talk about position of this image, then it can be anywhere between D to infinity. So this is the general concept. Here we can say that this image is formed at focus of this objective. So this length is focal length of objective. Here we can say that it is placed, when object is placed at 2f1, then image is formed at 2f2. This concept is used. So let us say for this erecting lens, object is placed at 2f, so its image will also be formed at 2f, but it will be erected. So A double dash B double dash is again at 2f distance from erecting lens, and for this eyepiece let us say that this distance is UE. This distance is UE, so it is A double dash B double dash and its final image is formed at formed between D to infinity. So this is the general concept of terrestrial telescope. Its final image is virtual, erect and smaller. So we can clearly see its final object is placed at infinite, it means it is of large size. So with respect to object its image is smaller. So it is virtual, erect and smaller. Again, if we talk about magnification, then keep in mind its magnification is again MD is equal to FO upon FE plus into 1 plus FE upon D, capital D. And when object is placed at focus of eyepiece, then its image will be formed at infinity. So M infinity becomes equal to FO upon FE. Again, same concept in this situation, length of tube. So in this situation, concept is again clear that length of tube is generally separation between objective and eyepiece. So here separation is FO plus 4F plus UE. This distance is UE and it is VE. So FO plus 4F plus UE in general ordinary case, and if we say that final image is formed at infinity, then its length will be FO plus 4F plus FE. So here addition of 4F with respect to astronomical telescope. Then Galilean telescope. Galilean telescope. So it is also a terrestrial telescope but of much smaller field of view. So here field of view is much smaller. In very small region it can be seen. Objective is a converging lens while eye lens is diverging lens. So you can clearly see from here from its ray diagram that objective lens is of converging lens while here eye lens is of diverging nature. It is concave. So it is of diverging nature and its magnification is again, as we can clearly see that it is of diverging nature, so its focal length will be negative. So here comes 1 minus FE upon D and M infinity again FO upon FE. So this is the general concept of magnification. Length of tube. So length of tube can be, see, this is focal length of objective. Its image is its image is formed at this point A dash B dash, because object is at infinity. So this distance is known as focal length of objective and this is the UE. So separation between these two lenses is FO minus UE. So FO minus UE is equal to length of tube. This is the general case. And if we talk about final image is formed at infinity, then it is FO minus FE. FO minus FE. So this is all about telescope. Now let us talk about resolving limit and resolving power of a telescope. So as we discussed in case of microscope, similarly we can also define here that small angular separation between two distant objects whose images are separated in telescope. So angular separation between two distant objects which can be seen clearly and distinctly by a telescope is called as resolving limit, and it is defined as 1.22 lambda upon A. 1.22 lambda upon A. So A is here what? A is aperture of objective. A is aperture of objective. So larger the aperture of objective, smaller the resolving limit. Smaller the resolving limit. So d theta is equal to 1.22 lambda upon A. And if we talk about resolving power, then it is its reciprocal. Again, resolving power is reciprocal of lambda. So either it is microscope or telescope, we can clearly see that resolving limit is proportional to wavelength and resolving power is reciprocal of wavelength. Minimum separation between objects so that they can be resolved by telescope is D, and it is R upon RP. R is distance of objects from telescope. So R is the distance of objects from telescope, and resolving power RP is resolving power of that telescope. Now let us talk about last optical instrument, which is binocular. Binocular. So if two telescopes are mounted parallel to each other, if two telescopes are mounted, so you know about binocular. Binocular is also basically used to see clear images of distant objects. So in binocular, what happens? Two telescopes are mounted parallel to each other, so that an object can be seen by both eyes simultaneously. So in binocular, you have used binocular several times, or you might have seen that in binocular two telescopes are parallelly arranged, and they are so arranged that both eyes it can be seen, and farther objects can be seen by both eyes simultaneously. The arrangement is called binocular. In a binocular, the length of each tube is reduced by using a set of totally reflecting prisms which provided intense, erect and image free from lateral inversion. So lateral inversion can be removed by using total reflecting prisms. So in binocular, total reflecting prisms are used to provide intense, erect and lateral inversion free images. Through a binocular, we get two images of the same object from different angles at same time. Their superposition gives the perception of depth also, along with length and breadth. That is, binocular vision gives proper 3D image. So we can clearly see that when we see any distant object with the help of a binocular, then we see two images simultaneously. It means we actually see 3D images of that object. So this is all about our optical instruments. Now let us see a few pattern of examples how questions are formed from this topic. Let us see, a man can see the objects up to a distance of 1 meter from his eyes. An object or a person can see objects at distance 1 meter from his eyes. For correcting his eyesight so that he can see an object at infinity, he requires a lens whose power is, or a man can see up to 100 centimeter or 1 meter, both are correct. The power of lens required to see far objects. So in this case we can clearly see that defected far point is 100 centimeter or 1 meter. It is defected far point 100 centimeter or 1 meter, so required power is 100 upon f, means -1 diopter. So we will use a lens of -1 diopter to see farther objects clearly. A man can see clearly up to 3 meters. Prescribe a lens for his spectacles so that he can see clearly up to 12 meters. Again here we have to use here his nearsightedness. It means myopia has to be corrected here, because he can see nearer objects clearly but farther images cannot be seen clearly. That's why he has to prescribe a lens. So here lens will be convex, lens will be concave, can see up to 3 meters. So we will use the relation xy upon x minus y. So we have seen this relation in myopia, that he can see the objects up to x distance and he wants to see a distance up to y distance, and y is greater than x. In that situation, corrected focal length is xy upon x minus y. So we can use 12 into 3 upon 12 minus 3, 36 upon 9, 4 minus 4 diopter. So minus 400 centimeter or -4 meter is focal length, and here power, so power is -1 upon 4 diopter. So these are some pattern of questions. Now these are based on the same concept, so note down these questions and practice on your own. Now let us come questions based on microscope. So here a question, it is based on microscope. 2 points separated by a distance of 0.1 mm can just be resolved in a microscope when a light of wavelength 6000 angstrom is used. If the light of wavelength 4800 angstrom is used, this limit of resolution. So we have clearly seen in case of microscope or telescope, resolving limit is proportional to lambda. Resolving limit is proportional to lambda. So here two wavelengths are given and we have to find resolving limit. So in first case it can be resolved up to 0.1 mm, and in second case we have to calculate. So we can use this relation to find its resolving limit when wavelength is changed. Then next, in compound microscope, the focal lengths of two lenses, so focal length of objective and eyepiece are given. An object is placed at 2 centimeter from objective, so UO is given, and final image is formed at 25 centimeter, means image is formed at least distance of distinct vision. So the distance between the two lenses, it means here we have to calculate length of the tube. So in this situation, image is formed, final image is formed at 25 centimeter, means capital D. So image can be calculated by using this formula, UOFO upon UO minus FO plus FED upon FE plus D. Either you can use this formula or you can use directly the relation MD is equal to minus VO upon UO into 1 plus d upon Fe. You can use this relation. So here UO is given, Fe is given. So first of all, VO is not given, so you have to calculate VO by using the lens formula for objective lens. Then place value of VO and calculate MD. Or you can directly calculate the relation. In this case, length of tube is VO plus UE. So no need to calculate all the values, simply calculate VO by using the lens formula for objective. So let us see, I am explaining this relation. 1 upon FO is equal to 1 upon VO minus 1 upon UO. So 1 upon VO is equal to 1 upon FO. So focal length is positive. So FO is given as 1 upon 1.5. So it is 1 upon 1.5 minus UO minus 1 upon 2. So let us say 3 is LCM. So it is 2 minus 1.5, 0.5 upon 3. So VO is 6. VO is 6 centimeter. So VO is 6 centimeter and we have to calculate length. So it is VO plus UE. UE is not given again. So we are given FE. You are given FE. We are given final image is formed at 25 centimeter. So again we are given VE, FE. So again you have to calculate UE. So 1 upon UE is equal to 1 upon VE. VE is 25. So it is 1 upon 25 plus 1 upon 6.25. So again use 625. So it is 25 plus 10, 35 upon 625. So UE is 625 upon 35. So calculation is quite complicated from this relation, but you no need to memorize such a complicated formula. Process is simple. First of all, use lens maker for lens formula for objective lens, then calculate VO, and then use lens formula for eyepiece and calculate UE, and you know the relation L is equal to VO plus UE, then use the final answer. Then next is also based on the same concept of compound microscope. So pause the video and note this down and then calculate it on your own. Again next is based on microscope. It is also simple pattern of question. It is also on based on microscope. Magnification is asked. So you know both the formulas MD and M infinity. Then let us discuss this question based on telescope. So magnifying power of an astronomical telescope is 8 and the distance between the two lenses is 54 centimeter, means length of tube is given. The focal length of eye lens and objective lens will be, so we have to calculate FO and FE. So what we are given M, magnification is given as 8. So in this situation, let us say that final image is formed at infinity. So it is FO upon FE and it is 8. So one relation can be obtained from here, that FO is equal to 8 FE, and another relation is given that length, distance between the two lenses means length given. So length is FO plus FE. So FO plus FE is 54. FO is equal to 8. So 8 plus 1, 9 FE. So FE is equal to 48 and FO is 6. So it can be calculated from here. Now see, if an object subtended angle of 2 degree at I when seen through telescope, having objective and eyepiece of focal length FO is equal to 60 centimeter and FE is equal to 5 centimeter respectively, then angle subtended by image at eyepiece. So here alpha and beta can also be defined as alpha is angle made by observer's eye without the optical instrument and with the optical instrument. So with the optical instrument means with the image, and without optical instrument means with the object. So it is beta upon alpha is equal to FO upon FE, and we can calculate beta, which is almost 20 degree. So now note down these questions. These are all based on telescope. So that's it from today's topic. So students, today we have discussed optical instruments, how pattern of questions are asked, and how magnification of microscope, telescope varies and can be asked. Resolving limit and resolving power is also very important topic for your competitive section. So that's it. Students, in next lecture we will discuss our next topic of optics, which is wave optics. So that's it for today. Thank you students for watching the video.